Hello friends, this is the Urdu Free Thinker. There is a growing view in the ranks of Western liberalism that Islam is a liberal religion, a feminist religion. In this video, we will learn that this is a fantasy. We will discuss a topic that is quite controversial about the verse where the Quran allows men to beat their wives. Let us dive directly into this verse. The first part of this verse reads, الرجال قوامون على النساء بما فضل الله بعضهم على بعض. Men are the protectors and maintainers of women because Allah has given one more strength than the other. And then later on the verse continues, واللاتي تخافون نشوزهن فعدوهن واهجروهن في مضاجع وَاضْرِبُهُنَّ. As to those women on whose part you fear disloyalty and ill conduct, admonish them first, next refuse to share their beds, and at last beat them. Historically, this verse was not very controversial. It was widely understood that the Quran here gives men the custody of their wives and establishes men as the head of the family. As the head of the family, men are in charge of disciplining their wives if their wives are rebellious and not fulfilling their duties. The Quran advises men to admonish them first, followed by separations of bed and intimacy, and then finally to beat them as a last resort. However, recently some modern Muslim interpreters object to this view. These scholars say that the Arabic word daraba used here in the Quran does not mean to beat, but it has other non-literal meanings like separation or parting. Let us have a look at the word daraba. According to Lane Lexicon, daraba is a verb that means to beat, strike, or to hit. This word signifies violence. It must be noted, however, that the secondary meaning of this word, daraba, are figurative and relate to the original meaning in some shape or form. For instance, daraba can also mean to discipline or train, because punishment is often a part of this training process, like one trains an animal or a dog. Daraba al-khayma means to pitch a tent, because one needs to knock its pegs in order to set up a tent. Daraba ad-dirham means to mint or make a coin, because the coin must be struck in the coining process. Daraba ala al-maktub means he sealed the writing, because one must press upon the paper with a stamp or a seal in order to do so. Therefore, the other meanings of daraba are understood in their specific context. However, there is no doubt that the fundamental, basic, and literal meaning of the word daraba is to strike, beat, or hit. And other non-literal meanings also relate to this fundamental root meaning. Let us now go back to the Quranic verse. Now let's examine the phrase idribuhunna. This is made of the imperative form of the verb daraba, which is idrib, and that is a form of a command which means hit. The plural form of this imperative verb is idribu, which would mean all of you hit. That is what is used in this verse. Idribu is combined with the female plural pronoun hunna, which means them for plural females. Together this phrase means, you all beat them. Now there is a way to use daraba to imply separation or parting, but in order to do so, it requires adding a preposition an, which means from in English, after the verb. If this verse meant separate from them, it needs to be phrased something like idribu anhunna, where the preposition an is added before the pronoun to make it obvious that it does not mean to literally hit someone, but to part away from someone, to cut off or break the relationship. But this is not what the Quran says. The Quran does not say idribu anhunna. The idea that this means separation makes little sense because the Quran already says that separating beds is necessary first before resorting to beating your wife. وَاهْجُرُوهُنَّ. Furthermore, At the end of the verse, the Quran says that after doing all these things, including beating, if the wife starts to obey you, then you should forgive her and make up with her. This hardly means a hard separation or ending of a relationship, and the emphasis is still on the wife being obedient. Lastly, if separation is indeed what the author of the Quran intended, it is definitely a horrible choice of words, something we cannot expect from an all-knowing, all-wise creator. Anyhow, these are the interpretations of some modern apologists. Most Muslim scholars and Islamic traditions agree that men can beat their wives, but many Muslim scholars try to get around it by saying that the Quran only allows beating women lightly. Let us now look at Dr. Zakir Naik.
When your wife does not listen to you, then you should warn her. If yet she does not follow your instruction, then you refuse to share the bed. And yet if she doesn't listen, then the Arabic word there is daraba. That means beat her lightly.
So according to Zakir Naik, the word daraba means beating lightly. Let us look at some verses of the Quran where daraba is used. Here the Quran says that when angels take the souls of the unbelievers, they strike their faces. يَضْرِبُونَ وُجُوهَهُمْ. Does this mean hitting lightly? فَإِذَا لَقِيتُمُ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا فَضَرْبَ الرِّقَابِ. Therefore, when you meet the unbelievers in battle, smite at their necks. Here the Quran says to decapitate your enemies in battle. Does daraba mean doing it lightly? It is clear that Dr. Zakir Naik does not understand Arabic. Let us listen to an Arabic scholar.
أقول إن الله كرم المرأة بهذه العقوبة عقوبة الضرب. كيف؟
كرمها بالضرب؟
إي والله.
مش معقول.
كيف؟ قال نبينا صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وسلم: ولا تضرب الوجه
الله
ولا تقبح. شوف كرمها، إن ضربها لا يضربها على وجهها، حتى وهو يضربها لا يسبها ولا يشتمها. عجيب. إذن هو يضرب.
So essentially, don't hit her face. Don't break her teeth or make her ugly. Don't curse her when beating her. Such great beating etiquette. Anyhow, this was a scholar of an older generation. Let us look at a new age scholar, Mufti Menk.
A small stick that is used to clean the teeth, that was only used to draw the attention of the women. That was how they understood وَضْرِبُوهُنَّ. That is how they understood.
So according to Mufti Menk, hitting your wife with a toothbrush to draw her attention is the way that Allah limits men from overly abusing their women. Such great etiquette. Again, you can choose to believe in the Quran and Islam. That is your choice, and I respect that. But know that the Quran is overtly sexist and gives men authority over women and allows men to discipline their wives. Reinterpreting this Quranic verse is done by ignoring Arabic grammar and imposing your own 21st century morals to the 7th century. This is wrong. This is mental gymnastics. What seems abnormal to you today might have been perfectly acceptable 14 centuries ago. If you don't beat your wife, well, congratulations. You're better than the Quran and a better human than your prophet.